Rapists, child molesters, and psychiatric patients living in the same building with 100 Mid-Missourians. Our Target 8 investigation discovered where convicted sex offenders are living. KOMU8's Tom McLean is here in the studio to explain many questions about a Moberly nursing home. Tom?
Jim, it's a program that's been running for 5 years. 18 registered sex offenders living right next door to 100 of the most frail people in our community. Tonight in this Target 8 investigation, we give you a first ever and exclusive look inside. When you explore the Missouri Sex Offender Registry, there are many new names starting to appear in Moberly.
This is the highest that I remember, yes.
18 names, one address, 2041 Silver Lane.
The facility notifies us as well as the jurisdiction from where they are from.
So we went to the address and found it's a nursing home program staff are reluctant to talk about. Trying to talk to anyone here.
Hi.
There are these people with that background.
No comment.
But the next day they changed their mind and allowed us inside.
Cure is a big word, but the goal is to get them to get these residents to the point where they can manage their illness without having any medical intervention at any level and be productive citizens in society.
It's a multi-million-dollar behavioural rehabilitation program with funding from the state government.
The reason why they're here is because the government allows them to be here.
Solid doors with coded locks separate the dangerous from the innocent.
They can't even hear the buttons pushed.
Staff are trained in dealing with mental disorder patients, and management believes none of the offenders pose a threat to the elderly residents who may not have the physical strength, reliable memory or confidence to report an assault.
And out of the 18, all are child molesters. So none of them have done anything sexual to an adult.
However, when we dug deeper into the registry, we discovered older crimes management had missed, such as the rape of a 39-year-old woman in Kansas City in 1992. We informed staff, so now they know about that resident. Management says most of the sex offenders are impaired by health problems.
But sometimes they're capable of getting out of bed.
But some of the offenders we recognised walked right by us. The nursing home has faced only one criminal issue on record in 5 years.
It was an issue where the individual, I believe, was making threats toward staff members.
North Village Park Rehabilitation Centre has no legal obligation to tell innocent elderly residents or their loved ones about the disturbing background of some of the residents living in the facility, so they don't tell. You had never heard that, and yeah, we're just wondering, what do you think when you hear about that news?
Well, I'd like to not comment because I'd like to think about that for a minute. So.
And leave it up to family members to find out for themselves.
And anybody who wants to check on sexual offenders can go right to the website and find out where the sexual offenders live.
Across town at the Loma Linda nursing home, management refuses to take anyone with a history of sexual offences.
I'd be very uncomfortable admitting that type of behavior client.
The law does not force nursing homes to do background checks on residents moving in. However,
yeah, we do take it upon ourselves to check the Missouri registry.
And if they do learn of a resident's criminal past, they tell residents.
Inform them as much as I could to that potential danger. I think this is their home and they would have a right to know.
When nursing homes like Loma Linda can't handle a resident,
we would basically discharge them to a facility that could handle those type behaviors.
Nursing homes across Missouri send their dangerous residents to North Village Park. DeStefani says he is not going to inform families moving geriatric residents into the facility about the criminal history of the neighbours, and will not be separating guilty from innocent into different buildings.
But who's going to pay for the care? I mean, the cost would be very high.
It's an illness and a stigma that 18 residents of North Village Park will face for the rest of their lives. And if you have an innocent and elderly family member who lives at the facility, it's an issue you now know about. If you want to explore the Missouri Sex Offender Registry yourself, you can find a link to that website at our website, KOMU.com.